Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining us tonight for an amazing uh, time of discovery. We are literally in a great place in terms of creating a life where we have what we're looking for and what we need. And tonight we're going to introduce you to a company that definitely has the ability to help people to become more in whatever area that might be. My name is Jeff Isom. I am the Director of Sales and Training for Nikken North America, and I'm going to introduce you to an amazing individual. Although engineering was what he studied at school, he flirted for a short time with being a rock star and then discovered being an entrepreneur. And Mike DiMuccio has spent his entire life helping people to figure out how they can make strategic choices in order to create amazing results. So the company that we're sharing with you tonight is known as Nikken. It has great products and a fantastic business opportunity, but also a global community around the world of people who believe in being your very best. And that is part of the philosophy of the company, a philosophy known as humans being more and the five pillars of wellness. So without further delay, I'm going to invite to the stage, all the way from Toronto, Canada. I hope it's not too cold, Michael DiMuccio. Mike, time is yours.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, and welcome everyone for joining us this evening. It's always a pleasure of mine to share a little bit about what I know about this incredible company and opportunity, which started for me 33 years ago. Believe it or not, I can't imagine I would have been involved in anything for 33 years, but it got my attention, it got my passion, and it has fulfilled my purpose. So here I am. What I'd like to do is tell you the story through the lens of this presentation that I helped put together called Balanced Life, Happy Life, A Better Way. There's many ways to skin a cat. There's many ways to create opportunities and success stories, but we feel very, very passionate about the one that we found. We feel it's a better way. And let me just define that a little bit for you. I love this image because it's sort of akin to what I was seeking to do early in my career, and that is become a singer, which is now the journey of my son, actually. But the idea of this person, just looking at the expression of them, I think we all fall in love with musicians on stage because we somehow want to live vicariously in that moment through them. The idea of being able to express ourselves with such passion and so openly, I think is what draws our attention to these people. They're really living life to the fullest and they're not afraid to express it. And I think that's really what we mean by humans being more. It's living life to the fullest and just being comfortable in your own shoes and free to and willing to express it. Most people don't look like that on a daily basis. When you look around, you find there's a lot of stress on people's faces, and there's reason for it. Obviously, the times are stressful on all fronts. But from a personal level, for financial worries, health concerns, the lack of time, an unhealthy lifestyle choices, and so on. I mean, there's a number of reasons why people are stressed to the max, but stress is the culprit when it comes to a declining life and life quality. So when we talk about a balanced life, what we really mean is the five key areas of life. So consider this as you're looking at these images: body, mind, family, society, finances. If you had to pick one or two of these areas that you would really, really want to improve in 2025, I mean, in a significant way, which would top the list? Now, you guys know how to use the chat on Zoom. I'm going to ask you to go ahead and list your number one choice for which of these five areas you would want to improve most in 2025. Go ahead and do that. I'm going to just look at the chat and read what I'm seeing. Come on and go ahead and start typing in. Okay, so what we have is finances, 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 body, mind, finances, body, 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 finances, finances. Okay, you get the picture. Topping the charts, of course, as we all expect, is finances. It's always the number one choice every time I ask this question. And closely behind that is body. Those are the two biggest concerns for people for seeking improvement. So we are going to focus on those two areas in this presentation, but certainly consider where you could see improvement in your life as you go through this presentation, if there's something here for you. Now, the principle that drives our success or our failure in life is ubiquitous. It's true for everyone. we don't have instant success and we don't have instant failure. It's accumulation. It's the small choices that we make over a period of time with some consistency that creates the massive changes in our lives. And so if we're looking for an improvement, we just need to make a small choice and do it with some consistency and time. And so it's not a big change that is required to have a big change. It's a small change with some consistency. So we need to look at some options in terms of areas where we can change. Consider this incredible comparison between the health of condition of North America versus Japan, where Nikken originates from. On the left-hand side is North America, the right-hand side, Japan. And if you just go down this list, it's scary. The health index rating puts Canada at number 34, the country I live in, USA at number 68 in the world. And guess who's number one? Japan. Longevity, USA, number 40 in the world with a life expectancy average of 76.5 years. Japan, number one in the world with a life expectancy of 84.3 years. And look at this. They spend 1/3 the amount of money per capita on the subject of healthcare than we do. So how is it that they get number one results with 1/3 the expenditure? We invest 3 times the amount, and we're a disaster when it comes to the statistics. Clearly, what they're doing is better than what we're doing. We should be asking the question, what are they doing? Let's one other thing here, obesity. That's a big problem. Number one cause of many of the health concerns. Men, 34% in the West, women, 27.5% obese. And in Japan, about 10% of that. Again, how is it that they're getting such incredibly better results with a lesser cost? And the answer is right below. We focus on sick care, the intervention of a problem. We take care of the problem when it's a problem. They prevent the problem altogether with self-care. In fact, 90 cents of every dollar that they invest in healthcare is in prevention. It's not in intervention like in the West. It's the exact polar opposite. So when a guy like RFK comes along and starts talking about visiting the cause and the concern that we have in the West as to why are we having such a high incident rate of disease, we really ought to also ask, where is it that they're the healthiest, and can we do some of the things that they're doing? And the answer is yes. Some of the things that we can actually mitigate in terms of our health factor or risk factor, obviously stress we've talked about, but sleep, huge impact on health and longevity. Air quality, if you consider 7 million people per year, just now think about the deaths that occurred in the world from various things. 7 million is a huge number attributable to just air quality. If we can improve that, we can improve the life condition for many, many people. Water quality, that's a huge one. That's an obvious one, and it's in the news almost every day. We can improve on that. Electrosmog, this new thing that we're now suffering from, fatigue, tiredness, concentration difficulties, dizziness, nausea, heart palpitations, pain, digestive issues. My God, the list goes on. And this is just due to the incidence of things like Wi-Fi, cell phones, and so forth that are all over the place. And malnutrition, the number one cause of our obesity issue, is also hitting children at a rate to the point where they're now starting to experience adult diseases. So these are all things that we can actually mitigate. And that's really the focal point, is to get in the middle of this by being healthy by choice and not by chance. We call that active wellness. And that's really where Nikken comes in. In 1975, Nikken was founded. It was founded on a simple idea that wellness is a balanced approach to a number of factors. And those key factors are body, mind, family, society, and finances. Rather than me explaining it to you, let's hear from Nikken's point of view.
Do you ever have days where everything in your life feels in balance? When your mind is clear and your body feels in tune with nature? When everyone in your family is healthy and happy? When you belong to and support a warm, loving community? When you have a stable income and no debt? Mind, body, family, society, finances. Nikken calls these 5 areas of our lives the 5 pillars of wellness. We help you cultivate balance in all 5 areas of life with the tools that build your wellness home. Because to breathe is to live, we focus on clean air. Because water is life, we focus on pure water. Because healthy food nourishes strong bodies, we focus on nutrient-dense organic ingredients. Because everyone needs restful sleep and energy to feel joyful, we focus on rest, relaxation, and magnetic support. And to keep you as youthful looking as you feel, we focus on naturally sourced marine organic skincare. Our vision is to share the 5 pillars of wellness with everyone. And we want to spread the word throughout the world. Because once you achieve a balanced lifestyle, wouldn't you want to help everyone you know to achieve the same wonderful life of active wellness? That's what we offer everyone who is part of our global wellness community. Join Nikken to build your wellness home and live a life in balance. Discover it, live it, share it.
You know, it's interesting. I was on a call this afternoon with a gentleman who first learned about Nikken some 30 years ago. And I mean, the world has gone around quite a few times since he's been since those 30 years ago. And he's come back to Nikken. He called because he wanted to register as a Nikken consultant. He wanted to get access to the newest and greatest technology. And he is in the wellness sector as well. So, you know, once you discover Nikken, it's one of those things that will always be on your mind. And these products, boy, these products make a difference. What is a wellness home? You heard that mentioned. Well, basically, why would anybody want such a thing? Because it integrates all of the technology to create an environment. The idea is called biomimicry, the idea of replicating nature in our homes. That's what really the science of biomimicry is. It's the investigation of what makes our biosphere viable for life and sustains life, all of these eons, and replicating that indoors so that we have the best chance at regeneration inside our homes. I'm going to skip that video for just a minute. So let's talk about the wellness home for a minute. Imagine a greenhouse for your body, for humans. What would it do? It would provide the quality of air, the quality of water, the quality of nutrients, and so forth. All the things that you would expect a greenhouse to do for plants, it would do for you, your body, and your family. That's really what a Nikken wellness home is about. It's focusing on those areas, those key areas that make all the difference in the world in terms of what's vital to sustain life. And that is air, water, sleep, which is a regenerative process. In fact, it's the only time your body regenerates is while you're sleeping. Nutrition and natural energies. Having a connection to this is contact with nature. Science that replicates nature is Nikken technology. Now, we can talk a lot about these products, and there's a lot of products to talk about, but there's this saying in our business, facts tell, stories sell. So what I'd like to call upon, I haven't asked anybody, but I'd like you guys to volunteer if you would. Give us a quick 1-minute story of your product experience. So is there someone out there that I can call upon or would just raise their hand or unmute? Madeline, I see you've unmuted. Would you jump in?
Yes, I would like to introduce my new partners, and let me see, they need to show their video. Victoria and Matthew, where are you? Right now. Okay, there they are. So this is Victoria and Matt. Met them in church, brought them to my home on Sunday. While I was making them breakfast, got them into my bed. So take it over from here. Matt and Victoria, just share your story. Sleep and water.
Well, she invited us over, and then she was like, "Hey, why don't y'all go lay in my bed?" And we were like, "What?" And so we went and we laid in her bed, and we were dang near passed out in the first 10 minutes. And then she lent us this water filtration system thing.
It's the PyMag water.
Yeah.
So she got us set up temporarily with some incredible stuff like the sleeping pads, the infrared blankets, the pillows, the PyMag water. And just the difference we've seen in the last 24 hours is absolutely incredible. We have slept so well these last couple nights. We've been so hydrated. It's been a great experience so far.
How about the dogs?
Fantastic.
And we did an experiment with our dog. I'm so sorry, Madeline. I didn't mean to interrupt
You did an
No,
experiment with your dog and your
On the
dog?
water, please go.
Wait, let's hear about the dog.
Yes. So the experiment basically was that we took the dog's bowl of water that they usually have, that they usually drink out of. They're accustomed to it. We filled it with just regular water. Yeah, just our city water. Then we took a brand new bowl that they're not familiar with, and we filled it with the PyMag water. And sure enough, they came inside and they just ran straight up to the new bowl and just started drinking out of it. Wouldn't even give their regular water bowl a second glance. So they
Well,
know.
there you go. That's the
Michael, I do want
that's
to.
the best double-blind study right there.
Okay, and I do want to add one more thing because it's too precious.
Yes.
So yes. Okay, so they have two children. She's holding. Which one do you have there? There's Sammy, and Steve. And Sammy has a condition.
Steven.
Yep. Puppies. Okay, Sammy has a condition where he hasn't been talking, hasn't been sleeping, and they haven't been sleeping. And she's breastfeeding both of these little boys. And so with drinking Pie Mag breast milk and being in the sleeping, Sammy is actually slept. How long, Victoria, the first night? How long did he sleep the first night, Sam?
He slept, well, he only woke up twice the entire night, which is completely
rare.
Yeah, it's very rare. He usually wakes up once an hour.
And I was there at their home tonight. There's a complete difference. And he hasn't been able to say any words since for a while. And he's beginning to babble. And we're talking about 2 nights of water and sleep. And
that's amazing.
Yep.
Well, you know what? Thank you both, Victoria, Matt. Thank you, Madeline. This is a little bit more than I asked for, but I was going to go to others, but I don't think we need to. I think we got it covered. You get the gist of what a Nikken wellness home and wellness environment can. No, thank you so much. Brilliant. It's live, it's off the cuff, and it's perfectly legitimate. So thank you for sharing. I mean, that's what happens. Can you imagine? I've been at this for 33 years. This is what a day in the life of Mike DiMuccio is like when these products, our stories are shared with me. It fuels the fire. It keeps you purposeful and passionate about sharing this with people. That's why I continue to do what I do. And I hope you'll join us in learning more about these and sharing this with others. Let's continue with the presentation. So as you heard, stories are pretty powerful. They really do make a difference. And Nikken's stories are remarkable. If you'd like to learn more, tomorrow night we have a call that's focused and dedicated on the products, and you can hear live testimonials as well about the various categories. So join us for that call. The details I'll give you at the end of this call. So here we go. How do you connect with nature? Well, obviously with Nikken, it's as simple as going shopping, and you can learn more about smart hydration, fresh air, restful sleep, smart nutrition, nourished skin. We've got a number of new products in all of these categories, and of course, less stress, vital energy. So go and find out what really is calling you, and you can start your journey with Nikken there. Nikken has also put together some great packs that are offered at a savings and free shipping, and that is our water pack, our energy pack, our sleep pack. A great way to get involved in any of these categories. I strongly recommend take advantage of the packs. I always say 1 pack is good, 2 is better, and 3 is best. So that's one option. That's how you can get involved with Nikken, just simply through the products. Say yes to getting your Nikken Wellness Home started. But there are other options. If you're looking to solve the financial pillar problem, which is a big problem for a lot of people, even just to supplement your current lifestyle income, you can upgrade your customer account, become a consultant, and join the community for as little as $39 in the US. It's around $50 Canadian, and start building your Nikken experience. Now, if you're like me and you get really excited about this and you want to tell other people, well, you might be one of the people that help us build this community and let Nikken become a household name in North America. So why would you build a Nikken business? Well, let's look at how people are earning their money these days. This is borrowed from Cash Flow Quadrants, Robert Kiyosaki. And there's really primarily 4 ways we earn money. One is an employee, which is about 75% of the population. That's how they earn their income. They trade time for money. Another option is to be your own boss, which is essentially employing yourself. And again, that's the same scenario. It's around 20% of the population who are self-employed. So a whopping 95% of the population are trading time for money and are only earning 5% of the money that's being earned because they trade time for money. There's an inherent problem. You only have so much time to trade for the money that you're earning. If you want to increase the money, You got to increase the time. That means it's got to come from somewhere else. And that's where the trade-off is. Meanwhile, over on the other side of the equation, we learned from Kiyosaki and other people that the real economic strategy for creating a balanced life is adding value, not trading time. It's a new economy, the economy of adding value. And how you do that is by building multiple streams of income. And you can do that in Nikken, and Nikken provides that path. And so if we look at the economics on the right-hand side, only 5% of the population have learned how to do this, and yet they control 95% of all the money. So if you had your education to do all over again, think about this, how much money has gone into the system of educating people. Which education would you rather have? The one on the left, which is the most common, or the one on the right? And another question, where would you actually get the education, the one on the right? It's not exactly something that's offered at university or any other educational institution. It usually comes from the knowledge passed down from people who are living on the right-hand side. In Nikken, you have the opportunity to learn from the people who are actually living on the right-hand side how to get there. The path is very clearly carved out. So we have 3 ways of generating income in Nikken if you want to bridge your finances. The most obvious is the products, and this applies to people who are really just wanting to share the product experience with people they meet, friends, family, and so forth. And there's a great income opportunity there. Up to 30% of the value of the product can be earned, and it's paid weekly. So it's a great way for somebody to start immediately generating positive cash flow. Great way to supplement. If you're looking at the small business model, this is maybe for an extra house payment or car payment. This is by learning how to share the products and the opportunity. There's an income opportunity up to 40% bonuses. This is very, very rich in the industry. And I'm very, very proud that Nikken is offering this bonus. There's a real incentive for people to not only introduce people to the product, but also to introduce people to the income option, which, as we've started this presentation, was the #1 concern for the people on the call. And it's probably for a lot of people you know. My favorite is the one that's spurred my career, and that's the network marketing model. This is where we can earn 6% up to 6 generations of the community that we grow and serve. And this can also lead to earning recurring income. Now, I don't know how excited you are about that, but I can assure you it's very exciting, and I can speak firsthand to this. I am still, to this day, 33 years later, earning an income from an activity that I did 33 years ago. I introduced someone to Nikken, and that someone introduced others who introduced others. It created a chain of events that is, to this day, still lasting and operating in multiple countries in the globe. So you never know who you know and who they know, and where that can lead to. That can create an expanding organization from which you can earn an income. And as long as these Nikken's products matter, that's going to create an opportunity that lasts a lifetime. And let me just give you a visual of that. This kind of think of a pebble in a pond. There you are right there in your Nikken wellness home, and you drop this pebble. That means you start sharing this with people you know, your immediate sphere of influence. Some of these people will become customers. Some of them may see the opportunity and join you. And as they do the same, drop some pebbles in their community, this is where this generational effect, this opportunity to create multiple sources of income and influence and impact comes in. Because so-and-so will tell so-and-so, and they'll tell so-and-so, and they'll tell so-and-so, and they'll tell so-and-so. And this is what we experience. Those of us who have been around 33 years can attest to this is real. That really, this does happen. People tell people. And if you stay with it and learn how to become proficient at it, it can build an income stream that is beyond your wildest dreams. Our vision is simple. Every home, a wellness home. Everybody deserves this. Now, the network marketing model is something that I often talk about because of this simple principle. In an apple, we can estimate approximately how many seeds there are. But we can never estimate how many apples there are in a seed. In other words, every single person you talk to has the potential to create an orchard, and you could benefit from that. What makes it all viable and possible in this modern day and age of the computer, the internet, the phone, is this concept of platforms. Amazon built a platform that allowed people to reach people and build their own businesses online. Uber created a platform that allowed people to turn their cars into an opportunity to earn an income part-time by driving people around as a taxi. And that's a service that has caused Uber to become the biggest taxi company in the world, even though they don't own a taxi. And Nikken is that company in the area of wellness. Only we have one added advantage. You can't really ask an Uber driver to go out and recruit another Uber driver and hope that they're going to earn an income from that. But in Nikken, we have 6 generations, so-and-so who sponsors so-and-so who sponsors so-and-so. So it's 6 generations of multiplication that can create this incredible scalability and leverage beyond an Uber, beyond an Amazon. You can do this anywhere. We have a fantastic website that you can share a simple quiz. In fact, if you haven't taken the quiz, I encourage you to take the quiz. The person who invited you to this call can send you to their website, their PWP, which is what you would get as an Nikken consultant. Take the quiz. It's amazing. It's free. And you learn so much about what really matters to you, what's really going on in your life in these key areas that we're talking about. If you have a friend, a family member, share it with them, see what's really important to them. It brings the issue top of mind. And of course, Nikken offers solutions. It's a great way to start the conversation. So what is it that Nikken does? Or how do we do what we do? We join, obviously, first as a Nikken consultant. We share and promote the products and the opportunity. We invite people to enjoy the best of Nikken. Nikken does the difficult stuff, all the stuff that you as a business owner probably would not want to have to do again. No need for inventory. Nikken has the inventory. Research and development, they do it all. The warehousing, they do it all. They do all the operations. They send the products to the consumer directly to their home. So we're just the marketing arm. We're just the piece that allows people to learn about Nikken. And what Nikken does for us is, well, they send us on trips and they offer incentives and they send money into our direct deposit accounts for doing that. They handle the tough stuff and we get the easy stuff. If you're looking for a turnkey business plan, we have that as well. A lot of people who join our business have never been in business. I was not an entrepreneur before Nikken, so this was a real step into a business environment. If you would have asked me to sing 33 years ago in front of an audience, I'd have been super comfortable doing that. If you'd asked me to talk business in front of an audience, I would not have wanted to talk about business in front of an audience. But it seems it's reversed today. I'm much more comfortable talking about business today than I am about singing in front of an audience I don't know. But anyway, the point is, if you're looking for a path, a plan, we've got that, a leadership and development plan that allows you not just to trade time for money, but to travel the world and build a gig that has purpose. The people who will help you and help you develop your team and your business are people who've done it, people who are further along the success path than you. So join our calls. We have mentoring, we have training, we have support calls. Humans Being More being one of the foundational trainings that helps people kickstart their business is chaired by Jeff here on the call. And it's something that I think was one of the things that I talked about with this gentleman who was involved in Nikken 30 years ago was the thing he came to almost first and foremost was Humans Being More. He kept talking about Humans Being More silver training. Can you imagine? That was 30 years ago, and this guy's still talking about it. That's how relevant it is. It can change the trajectory of someone's life. So we pride ourselves on having a global wellness community of entrepreneurs, and I know there's some on this call. So if I might, again, I'm going to ask one or two of you who've got a Nikken business story you'd like to share about your Nikken experience, if you wouldn't mind jumping on before I pull you off. Vance Rogers, if you wouldn't mind unmuting and telling us a little bit about your Nikken journey as a business entrepreneur. Vance, I see you. If you're there, please unmute. And if there's someone else, please unmute. Don't feel shy about sharing. We'd like to hear your story. Anyone? I'm not sure if Vance got that message. Michelle, you and I talked earlier today, and you said, I'm ready, Mike. So tell us, what are you ready? Why are you ready?
Why am I ready? I've been with Nikken for a little bit less than 25 years. And I joined Nikken because of the Humans Being More. That's the passion. That is the heart. That's the soul of Nikken. And I'm very, very excited to see that come back into Nikken. And that gives me the reason, the purpose, the want to share this with so many more people.
Fantastic. Someone else? Come on, guys, don't be shy. This is your chance to tell us your story. Nancy, thank you.
When I found Nikken, I was 11 years into having a jewelry business with all the stuff, the hard stuff that Nikken takes care of. I also had a husband who was coaching and really needed his players to be at their best, along with our 4 children. Anyway, when I saw Nikken, I knew it was what I'd been praying for. It was just perfect. I didn't have to do my jewelry business. I could do this and just share, and everything else was taken care of. And it's just made a huge difference in our life.
Thank you, Nancy. Debbie, I see you on the line, and you're one of our up-and-coming platinums. Why don't you tell us a little bit about why? Why is Nikken a passion
Absolutely.
for you? Yeah.
Absolutely. So I love the Nikken experience. So it's more recent for me, just a couple of years in now. And I tell you, the experience I've had is like none other. Getting into it from a personal standpoint, dealing with uh, from the product aspect of it, and that just has blossomed. It blossomed into a fabulous trip that I got a chance to earn right out the starting gate, Japan, where we were founded. And also just getting my family. I'm looking to build generational wealth for my family. I'm looking to help as many people as I can, whether it's physically or financially. And so I am really excited about this growth opportunity that I've been experiencing, getting through the different leadership levels, and to have platinum in my sight and royal diamond in my foresight. I'm excited. There's nothing like that I've ever experienced. I had a 35-year in corporate America, and then 5 additional years even after I had retired. So this just it gives me purpose. I love it.
Thank you. Thank you. Madeline, I got to jump on so I can keep our time crunch down um, next week. So thank you for sharing, folks. That's just an example of some of the people who have joined the Nikken Wellness Entrepreneurial Journey. But I want to give you a little bit of a case history here, because if you're evaluating Nikken as a business, it's important to know where we've come from, where we're at, and where we're going. So Nikken's been in North America. They've been in the world since 1975. So this year, 2025, will celebrate our 50th anniversary in May. In 1989, Nikken started in their journey in North America. And in the last 35 years, which ended in 2024, we've reached about 2 million homes. 2 million represents 1.25% of the market possibility of 160 million homes currently. That's about $4 billion in sales. And so I want you to consider, with our mission of every home a wellness home, where does that take us coming up? Most of the business that has been done in Nikken thus far is represented right there. 1% millennials, 12% Gen X, and of course, the baby boomers leading the pack, myself among them, were the ones who first initiated Nikken's activities in the early part of 80s, 90s, and 2000. But right now, what we have is an aging baby boom population and an upcoming aging Gen X population. They're in their 40s. Millennials are almost in their 30s, up to their 40s. So they're now entering a time of life where Nikken becomes very, very important. The idea of what Nikken represents: health, wellness, and a transition to an income source that doesn't create as much stress as the traditional income stream. So as Nikken taps into that market and goes up to 5% and then 15%, what is the number that is going to be associated with that in terms of business? And keep in mind, almost half of that comes back to the field by way of earnings and commissions. So there's a monster opportunity for somebody who's really looking toward the next 10 or 20 years to build a career that will have longevity and sustain them well into their retirement years. That's what we've got to offer. So your options to getting involved with us again is that as of a customer. If you're a wellness seeker, if you're a wellness enthusiast, then join us. $39.95. You can upgrade your account, become a Nikken consultant. And finally, if you're a wellness entrepreneur, help us build this community of wellness entrepreneurs, and you'll be rewarded greatly. Again, the brand night tomorrow night is at 8 o'clock. It's on the same link that you used to get on tonight. They'll be featuring a particular product category or product. I'm not sure which one it is tomorrow night. And you'll hear specific testimonials, which is obviously one of the things that we love listening to, because it really tells us how these products are making waves in the community. And on Thursday, if you want to know more about how the income works, please ask the person who invited you. This is an RSVP by invitation only to a conversation with two of the top income earners in Nikken, and you'll learn more about how the business model works and how you can generate an income that will sustain you in your needs. So if you want to feel good every day, Empowered by Nikken is the way. Jeff, back to you.
Mike, thank you so much. We've heard some exciting testimonies tonight from people who have just discovered Nikken. Mike has been with Nikken for many, many years and has been a really valuable asset to our global wellness community. But we have people who are just discovering Nikken, people who have been with Nikken for a long time. We are celebrating 50 years. It's our 50th anniversary for Nikken this year, and I'm looking forward to 50 more. I'm going to live to 106. I'm 56 now. I'm going to do it. If President Carter can live to 100, I can live to 106. Thank you, everybody who joined and participated tonight. We really appreciate you. Just a reminder, we have on this Friday a call with our CEO and President Luis Kasuga. That's at 5 p.m. Pacific, 6, 7, 8 p.m. Eastern time. And then we have our Master Day happening the next day. The call this Friday is primarily for platinums and above. So just be aware. The link is out there, but it's for platinums and above. We do really appreciate everybody joining us tonight.